I promise I'm better now. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling it too? Oh baby, won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me the old kind of new way? Love me like yesterday. I'm sure messed up, not once or twice, but every time you thought that we did alright. But I thought it through, and I'm missing you. And I promise I'm better now. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling it too? Oh baby, won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me the old kind of new way? Old kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe. And love me like yesterday. Old kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too. And love me like yesterday. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be. Yeah. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling the groove? Oh baby, won't you love me? Won't
And welcome everyone, welcome to the show, welcome to Taekwondo. My name is Petra Verbruggen and it's fantastic to see you here live and direct on Monday evening at 8 p.m. Central European Time, 7 p.m. if you live in the UK, 2 p.m. if you live on the eastern side of the US, and 11 a.m. if you live on the western side of the US. Tuesday at 8 a.m. if you live in New Zealand, and then 6 a.m. if you live in Australia. And good evening indeed to Rudy Engels, who is here live and direct via YouTube. This show is streamed live every single Monday on both Facebook and on YouTube. So there are plenty of ways to reach out to me. If you have any questions, comments after the fact, then go ahead, just leave it in the comments. I will get back to you. My name is Petra Verbruggen. Let's get started. And we're back again. Welcome. So today I want to talk about my favorite piece of software if it comes to streaming, if it comes to recording. It's called vMix, and of course vMix has been my weekly driver, or maybe even a few times a week during my streams, but also recently a lot with video productions. So you might not know, but I have a agreement with LiveView to produce some cool videos for them, for their knowledge base. And basically what I do, I actually record the videos on vMix. That's what we're going to talk about today, how I do that. Also, how you can actually do some different things about recording. Like for instance, adding or removing lower thirds, or how branding from your recordings. That's also possible. Also recording multiple cameras at once. And why do I do that? Well, because I also sometimes need it for my my gigs, my events that I produce as well. Now, in a few weeks, in about 2 weeks from now, I have a big event coming, and I actually need to do that on both on a Saturday and on a Monday. I actually need to record something different than I actually stream outside. So that is really interesting, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But before I do that, again, welcome to Rudy Engels, but also to my dad, who is on Facebook. So both on Facebook and on YouTube, that's where I am available. So please come up with some questions if you want to know more. First and foremost, let's talk about vMix. vMix is a production suite, and in order to show it to you, I'll quickly make sure that you guys can see how it looks like. So let's make sure that I'm good centered, and now whoop, there we go. So this is basically vMix as I see it right on my system. So on the left hand side you see the preview, on the right hand side you see the program, and you actually see that I'm actually putting some additional stuff in there live and direct. So basically if I go up, you see that I have multiple cameras. This is my camera. That is another camera. This is the logo that you just saw. So this is the way that I switch the show live and direct. But, well, you can also use it for recording purposes. And when do you need it? Well, for instance, if you want to record videos. So that's a way of doing that. So basically, it's just as simple as putting this to program like I do now, and then hitting the record button, which I will do, of course, so that you can see it. So let's do that. So let's make sure that you see that. So if I remove this one, you'll see here a record. If I press the record, it will automatically record what I just did. So let's do that. So I'm recording, la 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 la. I'm recording, and basically that's that. I just recorded something. So now if I go into my setup, there's a vMix storage, and there you have it. Here you see that it captured something, and what did it capture? The multi-view. So this is what I just recorded earlier on today, and I just stopped it. Basically that's that. Now, you can actually do a little bit more than that. So you can actually go into this radar here, click on that, and here you see that you can actually record an AVI, Windows Media format, MP4, FFmpeg, and vMix AVI. Where vMix AVI is actually a very nice, I would say, version of a format that is not really decoding it so much. It's not making it quality wise not so good. So it's actually still a good format. So no compression. That's the word that I was looking for. Compression. And MP4 is a little bit more of a compression, but it actually also makes it easier to use it for editing again in, for instance, Final Cut Pro 10 or in Adobe Premiere, that kind of stuff. That is all very much possible with that format. So that is the way that you can use that. So you can actually decide on what you like to record. Going back to the screen, and now I'm gonna try to also make it a little bit bigger, because otherwise you will not see it. So what I'll do now is live and direct, zoom in a little bit more so that at least you can actually read what I am doing. So let me open up the record again and put that and censor it a little bit, and then and then you cannot see anything from me. So let's do that. Well, just give me a few seconds, guys. Nothing to worry about. Well, you know what I'm doing. I'll just show you what I'm doing. So you don't see me right now. So this is something that needs to be fixed, and we will do that live and direct. So let's go to the multi-view, go to the main PC, crop it on that side, and there you go. Now it's good. So that was a little bit live, but now I want to go back to the recording, and this is what I wanted to show you. So this is at least this is bigger in screen so that you can actually read it. So we already talked about the different formats that we have, AVI, etc. But it's also possible to just record a audio file. But I want to go to the right hand side because you actually have two recorders here on this version of vMix. So we got 1 and 2, and on one you can actually state that you want to record output 1. I'm going to talk to you about that, what that means. On 2, you can also say that you want to record something else. You can go to output 2, output 3, output 4, and it, of course, it's now disabled, but it's very easy to enable it. Just press this and then it will enable. Now go back to the first one. So the file name is where it stores the file, the size of it. So this is HD, 25p, 50p is a little bit better, of course, but that's good enough for now. And this is H.264 baseline, which is perfectly fine for me. 120 bits. Perfect. So that's fine and that's enough. But the output 1, that's where it really becomes very, very important, because what are you recording? You can actually decide on what you want to record. So for instance, if you do not want to record this lower third that I just added, you can actually say that you don't want that to be recorded. So so let's go back to this screen. And again, go to record. So the way that you do that is that you need to fix the output. And where do you do that? Unfortunately, it's all down below. It's in the external. Oh, wait, I'll then have to, unfortunately, go here and do merge like so. Remove this. Then I need to click on external here, and there is this radar again. Click on the radar, and then you go to output NDI SRT settings. Click on that. Wait for it. Sometimes it takes some time. There you go. And let's merge again. Oh, let's do this again that you can see it in full. There you go. 3, 2, 1. Floop. Okay. So these, do you remember output 1, output 2, output 3? So here you have the source, output, and here you can actually say what you want to have on output. And the same thing goes for this. This is output 1, this is output 2, this is output 3, this is output 4. So if you want to have output here, you can actually say here under overlays, you all on for record, stream, and external. So if I would click on all on, it will record all overlays. But for instance, if I want to remove overlay 4, so now if I go back, overlay 4 is not enabled, then once I add overlay 4, and that is this right here, then that will not be recorded. Want to check that out? Let's do that. So now I'm going to record this part. I'll do that, this part again, like so, and I'm going to record this part. So I am now pressing record on this. So now it's recording. I'm just talking blah, 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 blah. And the thing that I want to see is that I want to see the vMix look and feel, the UI, but not the lower third. That's what I want to see. Stop it. And let's check it out, what it did. I am opening up the records right here. So again, opening up the records, and look at that, no lower third. So absolutely no lower third on the recording. Now, what is the use case of that? Let's go to this shot again. What is the use case of that? So there can multitude of things. So first and foremost, if you are recording a live stream and you want to also reuse it for instance, a video, then you don't want to have this in between, right? Because if you want to cut it or something, that is very difficult to do. So that will free up your possibilities to cut it up and make it a very nice video at the later stage. Also, like for instance, what I'm going to do the coming week, in 2 weeks, is that I will be on location streaming an event, and locally to that event, I will have a screen, a big screen that the audience can actually see who's playing on the stage, but also sometimes pan across the audience so that people see themselves. They love to see themselves. That's great, but they also want to have a sponsor shown. Now that's great on that screen, but I don't want to have that shown on TV because, well, there are different rules there. So in that case, I just put that rotation on a different overlay, and I just remove that from the recording or from the output, or both. Does that make sense? That is, I think, really interesting. So that is exactly what I want to do with that. And it is a very nice recording environment. And if I look at how I do my live view recordings, it starts with an intro, maybe an additional intro, then an outro or something in between that I do right here like this, talking to them. Then I record some screen shares via Camtasia, and then I just edit them all together and make it one big video. And that is the way that I do it. And I will walk you through how I do that very, very soon. Next week, I would like to tell you more about how I will perform this. This is a bit of a background video so that I actually can point to it and show it, because next week I'm going to use my laptop. This one right here for the video, the on location, and this is gonna be a video that so I will use that for both streams, which was really cool to do that. And we have 2 cameras, maybe 3. I'm gonna try to make it 3, and we're gonna talk about all the ins and outs next week, how I'm gonna do that, where you have to think about, and I will also test that together with you if you would like that. So that is something for next week. Camtasia and how I create the live view videos will come very, very soon. Probably the week after or the week after that, but definitely soon. So I hope to see you next week again during this time. If there are any questions, please let me know behind the after the fact. You can at least reach out to me via the comments. If you want to support the show, please go ahead and support via techcontent.net. The possibility of $5, $10, $15, depending on what you like and what you can miss. I really appreciate each and everybody for watching this video. I hope that you liked it. It's a very short video, I know, but I think it's very much something that is underrated, because it is a fantastic product for recording as well, and you see how flexible it is. Moving forward, I'll wait a sec one more time. Again, if you are at the output, you can actually do more than that. Thank you so much, and also thanks again also to Rudy for being here. I hope that you liked it, maybe something new that you've not thought about before. And again, have a good one. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.